Hello, today we'll do a poem called The Travel Bureau by the poet Ruth Comfort Mitchell. Now, this poem was included in the 2006 2007 textbook of English for second PU. So, we'll read the poem. It says, all day she sits behind a bright brass rail. She refers to the travel agent. The travel agent is a lady, so she sits behind a bright brass rail. That is, there is a counter all along the edge of which is a bright brass rail. So she sits behind this bright brass railing, planning proud journeys in terms that bring far places near. So people come to the travel bureau to plan their trips, and she plans them. And she offers things like destinations, hotels, and sightseeing in the place where the customers want to go, customers of the travel bureau want to go. And she plans out the whole journey, and she uses terms, she uses words that bring far places near. So all those far off destinations, tourist destinations, come close to the mind of the customer. So it's as though the customer is seeing a picture in front of his face of the places he wants to visit. The far places come near to the customer, and she uses high colored words that sing. So she uses very colorful adjectives which describe all those places, like bright, like like joyful. She uses adjectives that seem to sing of those places. So some of the words she uses, she says, visit the Taj Mahal at Agra, Kashmir's Vale. So she recommends that the customers visit the Taj Mahal, which is in Agra, and the vales or the valleys of Kashmir, the green valleys of Kashmir, and she's spanning wide spaces with a clear detail. So she joins or links or connects far off places with a clear, detailed descriptions. And she recommends that the customers visit Sevilla or Fisol in spring, through the fjords in June. Sevilla is a city in Spain. Fisol is a city in Italy. So she recommends that they visit these European destinations in spring, in the spring season, and she recommends that they visit the fjords. The fjords are the glaciers, the icy rivers of Norway, and the Scandinavian countries, that is Denmark, Iceland, Finland. She recommends that the customers visit the fjords in June, in summer. Her words take wing. She is the minstrel of the great out trail. So as she continues her descriptions, her words take wing. They seem to fly. She becomes more and more caught up in her descriptions, and she is the minstrel. She is the singer of the great out trails, the great outdoor trails, which the people want to visit. At 5:30, she puts her maps away, pins on a grey meek hat, and braves the sleet. At 5:30, when the travel bureau closes and the shift ends, she puts the maps she's using to show the customers all these far off places. She puts the maps away, and she pins on a grey meek hat. She wears a ordinary grey colored hat. She fastens the hat to her hair with a hat pin, and she braves the sleet. She gets ready to face the sleet. Sleet is a mixture of ice and rain, and she braves the sleet, a timid eye on traffic. So as she goes home, she keeps out, eye open for the traffic which is on the road. and says, dully grey, the house that harbors her in a grey street, the close, sequestered, colorless retreat where she was born, where she will always stay. And so the house that she lives in is a dull grey color, and the house is in a grey colored street. And this house is a close, colorless retreat. It is sequestered also. So, sequestered means that it is cut off from the outside world. Maybe it's in a dead end. So, it's a close, sequestered, colorless retreat where she always comes back to in the evening. And she was born in that house and she will always stay in that house. So, as a contrast to her daytime job of describing far off places, far off exotic places, the house that she actually lives in is a very ordinary, dull, grey colored house that has nothing colorful about it. So, this is the poem, The Travel Bureau. It offers a contrast between reality and the imagination. So, in her imagination, the travel agent travels to far off places, but in reality, she lives in a ordinary, grey colored, colorless house. Thank you.